Hey, I'm Noel DeLisle from CrossCoreCombat. Proper nutrition is essential for the warrior athlete and is a vital component of any successful fitness plan or regimen. I got a chance to talk to Drew Manning, personal trainer and creator of Fit2Fat2Fit.com, to ask him to shed some light on his personal experiences and his expertise in the area of nutrition and the role it plays in a successful fitness plan. Let's hear what he had to say.
Hey everyone, Drew Manning here from Fit2Fat2Fit.com. Some of you might have heard about me from my crazy journey of gaining weight on purpose and then losing it all in about a year's time through my website. And I'm here to talk to you guys today about nutrition and how important nutrition is. Nutrition is key when it comes to actually seeing results. And exercise is important too, don't get me wrong, but when it comes down to it, if you're not eating right, no matter how hard you work out, you can't out-train a bad diet, so you're not going to see the results that you want unless you get your eating down and you're eating clean, whole foods. Really quick, before I dive into some myths and some of my core beliefs when it comes to nutrition, very interesting thing is as I gained those 75 pounds in 6 months, I didn't eat a lot of fast food. To be honest with you, a lot of the foods that I ate were low-fat, non-fat food that a lot of the typical Americans eat. Things like white bread, white pasta, juices, granola bars, chips, cookies, crackers, for the most part, all those foods are low fat, and some of them no fat. And a lot of us still think that that is healthy, and so that's the number one thing I want to tackle today, is that just because something says low fat or non-fat does not mean that it's healthy for you. Usually those things are full with sugar, so please try and avoid processed foods in general, and also avoid those marketing schemes of non-fat and low-fat. There's a lot of diets out there. There's a lot of great programs. Unfortunately, if you treat it like a diet, then it's just going to be another roller coaster that we go on. Unfortunately, we have the biggest loser mentality here in America, where we want to lose as much weight as possible, as quickly as possible, and that's the end-all, be-all of our fitness, is how much we weigh. And unfortunately, just because you're skinny or just because you're losing weight doesn't mean you're necessarily becoming healthier. So my goal is to get people to really embrace a true lifestyle change. So whether you're following my program or Paleo or Atkins or South Beach, the key is to make it a lifestyle change. And I go through that in my book about how to make it a lifestyle change and how to overcome the mental and emotional challenges, because it's not just about the physical things. The meal plans, the exercises, those things are important, but the key is the mental and emotional side of it, and that's how you make it a lifestyle change. Alright, the third thing I want to talk about is calories in versus calories out. I know a lot of us have heard that in the past, and when it comes to just strictly weight loss, yes, calories in versus calories out is true. Unfortunately, like I said before, just because you're losing weight doesn't mean you're necessarily becoming healthier. So what I want to talk about is macronutrients versus micronutrients, and how not all calories are created equal. If I go and eat 2,000 calories of donuts or Twinkies, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm becoming healthier, but I could technically lose weight on that type of a diet, just because it comes down to calories in versus calories out. Unfortunately though, you know, I doubt I would be healthier at the end of that if that's all I ate. So macronutrients are things like proteins, fats, and carbs. Most of us already know that. Micronutrients are things like vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients, which you can't really read on a nutrition label, but that's why it's so important to eat whole foods that aren't processed, and that's where you get the micronutrients, which are things that are going to make you healthier from a medical perspective and give you more energy. So focus on not just the macros, but focus on micros as well. A few other tips that are my own personal opinion. I get most of my carbohydrates from vegetables, to be honest with you. I do minimal grains. I don't do dairy because I'm lactose intolerant, and most people are allergic to dairy, whether they know it or not. About 60 to 70% of people are allergic to it. So I try and avoid dairy for the most part. I do have scheduled breaks. That's another key to making it a lifestyle change, is to give yourself a break, but to schedule it ahead of time. So yes, I do have my cheat meals or treat meals, whatever you want to call them, but it's important to schedule them. I do take certain supplements. I don't think they're 100% necessary, especially if you're eating the right foods, but for me it's more of a convenience thing. I only take a whey protein isolate that's naturally sweetened with no fillers. That's very important to me. I do take a whole food multivitamin, so no synthetics. I do take fish oil, and I do take digestive enzymes, and those are the 4 main supplements that I take. No, I don't think supplements are 100% necessary if you have the time to prepare your meals in advance, and as long as you're eating whole foods that are full of a lot of good micronutrients, then you probably don't need supplements. But for me, it's more of a convenience thing when it comes down to it. Okay, one last thing that I want to throw in when it comes to nutrition. The key to eating all these good foods and seeing results and to being consistent is to prepare your foods in advance. And this is the #1 thing that I preach when it comes to eating clean and eating healthy, because it's hard. If you have a busy lifestyle with kids and work and school and whatever, you need to prepare your meals in advance. Every Sunday night I spend an hour cutting up my meat, cooking it, making sure it's ready for the next 3 days, cutting up my vegetables and making sure they're ready to go, so I know exactly what I'm going to eat and when I'm going to eat it. Otherwise, if I don't know what I'm going to eat, I don't have my meal prepared for me, when it comes time for dinner, I get home from work and I'm tired, the last thing most people want to do is to cook a whole meal. So that's why you have to prepare your meals in advance and know exactly what you're going to eat and when you're going to eat it. And then I do that again Wednesday night, preparing my meats and my vegetables, so that the next few days I'm ready to go, so I don't fall into that trap, that temptation of just ordering a pizza or eating fast food.
Hopefully Drew shed some light on nutrition. Maybe you picked up something that you didn't already know that you can put in your nutrition and fitness toolbox. If you want more information about Drew Manning and his program and journey, head on over to Fit2Fat2Fit.com, where you can also pick up a copy of his book. From all of us here at CrossCoreCombat and Fit2Fat2Fit, have a great day and continue pressing on, forging that warrior athlete inside yourself.